Take 79 and a half.
You're not putting that in there.
Well, our nursery season has finally come to an end.
Finally, it was a great year.
It was a great year. In fact, we're going to take you back on a little journey to show you how we started.
And how we got to where we are now.
Yep, so come along. Well, like I said before, 2025 nursery season has come to an end. Boy, I'm ready to take a month off.
No chance. We do have a few plants still left, but our tables are getting pretty bare.
We'll move all of these plants into a winterized tunnel.
We'll clean up the big pile of mess over there.
Oh yeah, we've been tossing pots over there all week long. Our mist tunnel is almost empty.
So you know, 5 years ago, I never thought we would have a nursery like this.
Yep. In fact, 3 years ago, I don't even think it was on our radar.
Probably not.
So we're going to take you back, though, the 5 years. I'm going to show you where we started and then where we went today and how we did this year. When we first moved here, we had to renovate the house. So while we were doing that, we were living up above in the apartment over our garage. So we'll show you the apartment.
This is our 540 square foot apartment. This is where we lived for 2.5 years while we were renovating our main farmhouse. And in 2020, we started our seeds for our own garden right here on this bench over here under the window. That was a great experience for us. And we did grow more plants than we needed, and so we gave them away to some of our friends. The next year, we had several friends ask us if we would start vegetables and annual seeds for them. We did.
So in 2021, we started by building shelves in this corner back here where the bed is and setting up lights and growing our plants there.
The whole area that we took was less than a twin-size bed.
And there was so much light, our bed was on the opposite side of the room. At 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, the timer went off for the lights to come on. So did you. You woke up and it was a very early morning for you for that season. With that year, we actually, between friends and selling them in the driveway,
we sold $400 worth of plants.
Right. The following year, 2022, we did it again, except we doubled the amount of plants that we grew. We increased the amount of shelving, they increased the amount of the number of lights, and that year, selling to friends and in our driveway, we sold
$2,000 worth of plants.
More than doubled. The year after that, in 2023, we moved down into the garage. So let's go down and take a look at our garage.
In 2023, we knew we outgrew the space we had up in our apartment. So we moved down here into the garage and we set up shelves downstairs. So we had some upstairs and then we had some down here in the garage. That year, we actually, we made some really janky signs and put them out by the road, and we sold from our driveway and we sold to our friends. And that year we doubled again and we sold $4,000 worth of plants.
Yeah, and keep in mind, at this point, we were just selling these plants for some extra cash.
And we were only selling vegetables, vegetable starts and annuals.
Right.
Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, you know, that kind of thing.
We still weren't in the mindset of we're going to start a nursery.
It was just some extra cash to help us with our renovations of the farmhouse.
Yep. All right. In 2024, come with us.
During our 2023 sales, so many people came and asked us if we had perennials. Those are the plants that come back year after year. They'll die down and come back. And up to that point, we hadn't been selling them. In order to sell perennials in Missouri, you have to have a license, and that was just something we didn't think we wanted to go to. But enough people asked us that we went ahead and we got the nursery license, and for our 2024 sales, we started selling perennials. And we grew everything. There's a video we created about making these shelves and light shelves, and that was right here in this seed shed. And then we set up tables right outside the seed shed under our big trees in the front yard for our sales.
In the fall of 2024, we moved over to this side and did our first fall sale. We now had perennials that we were carrying. We're a licensed nursery. By the end of the fall of 2024, we more than doubled our sales again. We had 9,000 that year. We are officially a nursery. So 2025, we already knew we outgrew the seed shed. So we had to come up with a new idea. We converted the front of our studio into a new and improved seed shed. We more than doubled the amount of shelving and lights, and we were also able to maintain the heat during this winter much better than we could the previous seed shed. In our expansion, we also included fruit trees such as apples, plums, cherries. Of course, we've got figs, we've got blackberries, and we've got grapes. So we've been expanding in what we offer our customers. We quadrupled the number of plants that we grew this year.
Since we had so many extra plants, we needed to have more space. So we bought more of these shade tunnels that we have. We had 500 square feet of space for plants that weren't quite ready to sell yet, that we call our grow space. We had 70 square feet in our mist tunnel, and then we had 1,500 square feet of sales space for all of those plants that were ready to sell.
Did we more than double our sales from last year?
At the end of this season, we more than doubled our sales again. We sold just under $21,000 in plants.
All right. So we are
next year.
Next year. We're going to do this again and double our sales again.
Gosh, that'll be great. So moving to the north side of our property was a really good thing. Adding perennials, adding fruit trees, those were really good things.
Another benefit to moving to this property is we actually have a road that goes right by the north side of our property. It's a gravel road, and it goes back to a neighborhood in the back. But it's easier for the people to get in and off of our nursery land than it is into our driveway. So that was a big benefit.
Yeah, having a crossroad made a big deal. We also had professionally printed yard signs made, and we're about 8 miles north of Springfield, Missouri. And so we put signs strategically in different areas to direct people. That was a really good thing. But not everything went really smooth. We don't want to give you the impression that having a backyard nursery is super easy. It isn't. It's a lot of work. We spent many, many late hours potting up plants.
Don't scare our customers away.
Not our customers. Our customers love us because we
Our
work so
YouTube
hard.
customers are still our customers.
Well, it was still work. First of all, though, the weather this year was very abnormal. We had a super wet spring and a super windy spring. Our farm is at the top of a hill, and because we moved the nursery to the north side of our property, there was no windbreak. So a lot of our plants got damaged and were actually not sellable because of the wind. And then so much rain, it just washed all of the fertilizer. So again, some of our plants didn't grow. They took a lot more TLC.
We had a greenhouse. We have a greenhouse in which we keep our tomatoes and peppers in for sales. And it's our tomato hut, is what we call it. But unfortunately this year, a good wind came through and it took it away. So we had to do something a little different, which left them a little more exposed. So you don't have a control of the weather. Do your best. We still worked out.
Right then in July, the tap turned off. We got no rain. So we had no rain in all of July and all of August and most of September. We really didn't even get rain until just last week in September. So what that meant was that we had to really pay attention to our irrigating, and we realized that we had some holes in our irrigation system, and some of our plants didn't get the water they needed and they died. The other thing that the lack of rain did was that our customers did not want to dig holes to plant their land, to do their own landscaping. Our ground was so hard you couldn't get a shovel in it. And so we think that our sales were probably down because of that, because people just didn't want to dig holes.
Once the rain first hit, we probably had 4 times the number of customers come out and purchase from us than we did when it was dry. So that tells you something.
Yeah. So it was still a really successful year.
I get asked by people, particularly younger people, how did I get into this? How did we get started on this? And I tell them, we just started doing things and eventually things develop. We don't sit idle. I call it get your canoe moving. Well, your canoe will turn easy. If it's not going in the right direction, it's easier to turn it when it's moving than it is at a standstill. So
just do the next thing.
Yeah, and don't be afraid.
Yeah.
If you fail, so what? Move on to the next thing, or you pick yourself up, tap yourself off, get back on that horse.
So if you're thinking about starting a backyard nursery, we really hope that we inspire you. We don't want to show you only the good stuff. We want to show you the bad stuff too. It's very rewarding if you enjoy growing plants. It's rewarding, and like we said at the beginning, 3 years ago, this was not even close to on our radar. And next year, we're looking at to replace one of our incomes. So it's definitely doable.
Yep. All right. So we're going to let you go with that word of wisdom, and we hope to see you. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, to share, to comment.
Share our videos. That really helps us more than anything
Give us
else.
a thumbs up. All right? And we can help out others as well. So,
We'll see you next time. God bless.
God bless.